The numbers are I don't know if you find it startling, pero I was already thinking before na there was a substantial number of Filipinos who were already pro-divorce. It turns out from this survey na it's not really true, at least as far
Hati.
as but 57% eh.
Medyo hati siya.
That's
Tumaas siya, slightly increase.
57
No,
tsaka 39.
Professor?
Sir, can you run through the
Yeah.
numbers and then what they mean? For example, yung hati na yan pro and con at ilan yung babae, ilan yung lalaki, and so on the line.
Okay. Wait, I don't have the data about disaggregating it. That is disaggregated data on gender, no? But what I do know is
Yes, sir.
it's 57% of our adult Filipinos are against legalizing divorce, and I think relatively stay. Although there was a slight, this was an increase, no? This is a substantial increase from our last survey conducted last year in the third quarter. Another thing is that 39%, which is a slight decrease, okay, but still within the margin of error, are adult Filipinos who say who do not oppose
Do not
legalized
oppose, okay.
divorce.
Mhm.
So 39 are pro-divorce, and 57 are against. So then we disaggregated. If you were able to look at the press release, no, we disaggregated the 39%, and we found out, interesting, that many of those who support the initiative to legalize divorce have very strong perceptions, no, or opinions on it, no. They strongly agree to legalizing divorce in cases of abuse or violence. In particular, 90%, no, of those of the 39% support it for very clear purposes, no. So it can be perceived by all those either advocating against or for in different ways, no. In my view, I think for those who are pushing for the legalization of divorce, I think a lot of it has to do with really raising awareness about issues, and I think the coalition supporting it is, if you look at voter preference, this would look like a very strong hard vote, no, for divorce is 39%. Now, quite a number of our kababayans are undecided on the issue, and depends, no, if you're pushing for the advocacy towards divorce, I think there's a lot of room still for improvement, and still a lot of awareness-raising initiatives can be done. 39% is still quite significant. 57%, it is an increase, but you don't see it. You see you see a lot of increase in those supporting divorce in places like the National Capital Region, in Visayas, no. Okay. Another important finding of our study is with regards to legalizing divorce as a voting or an issue, no, in elections. May voting preference ba associated with legalizing divorce? And from the latest second quarter Tugon ng Masa survey, 55% of adult Filipinos will not vote for a candidate promoting divorce, no, or supporting the initiative towards legalizing divorce in the country.
Prof, mahalaga yung sinabi mo na itong 39% can be a forced election dahil sila ay hard at yung
Yes.
57 ay hindi ganun ka-hard. Paano nyo i-deconstruct yan, Professor? Paano nyo nasabing ito ay hard at ito ang soft? Dahil lang sabi mo, hindi mo pa hawak yung mga detalye.
Hindi ko hawak ngayon ng detalye, pero ang impression natin is that yung 39% who are pro-divorce are pro-divorce largely because they have a strong position on the issue. So when you look at the various ways of supporting divorce, so couples who cannot anymore reconcile, marriages where violence is present, very clear yung 39% kung bakit sila sumusuporta sa initiative towards legalizing divorce. And I think that's a very while they are the minority, I think that's a very strong indicator, no? For people who are pushing an agenda towards, legalizing divorce in the country.
So dalawa, Prof, yung
But they are the
mahalagang...
minority right now. So 57% are opposed. Now, there's quite a number of kababayans who are undecided and who refused. So that's where I'm coming from. No, this used to be, at least in my recollection, 5-6 years ago, a yawning gap, no, a universe between those who are against divorce and those who are supporting divorce. Now, I think the gap has narrowed a bit, but still, there's a lot of work to be done.
So, Prof, dalawa yung mahalagang sinabi mo. Una, historically, ay nag-i-increase yung pro-divorce. Historically. No? At ikalawa...
Malawak ho. Malayo ho ang pro sa anti-divorce.
Yes.
And now, lumalaki. Tama. Tumataas
yung pro. Pro-divorce.
Yes. May stable siyang 39 to 41%. Which I think for anybody running a campaign or for... groups running a campaign, that's a significant number of supporters.
Lalo na kung solid siya. Yung sinasabi
Yes,
nyo kasi,
sir.
Prof, solid siya dahil sa different indicators.
Yes, sir. And we provided these, we disaggregated the support, the 39%. And they're very much aware of the issue and have very strong preferences and opinions about the issue.
Baka tumaas pa yan,
90%
Prof.
supporting
Baka
divorce.
tumaas pa yan pagkatapos nila marinig yung mga sinabi ni Robin Hood Padilla kahapon sa Senate hearing. No? Tungkol sa paano pag may nararamdaman yung lalaki daw, ano daw ang gagawin. Di ba?
Paano lang siya?
Oo, di ba? Yung tingin ko, mas marami yung sasama ngayon sa pro-divorce after hearing si Robin Hood Padilla. Malaki siyang contribution dyan sa 39 to 41%.
Tingnan natin kung
Tingin mo,
tataas
Ami.
pa.
Tingin mo, Ami.
Ang nasa
Pero
datos na yun,
Professor, yung mga opponents, ano yung mga main points nila for opposing divorce?
Ayun, Ami, we did not provide that for today's interview. I don't have the date for it, no. What we do have are, those who are supporting divorce, no, the legalization of divorce, on very serious grounds, no. If there's violence, 90% of our kababayans who want divorce are saying, we should have a law, especially when there's spousal violence. In situations when the couple have, basically there's no opportunity for reconciliation, and they want to be remarried. No? So they're very clear reasons. What I want to emphasize is that apart from the 57% of our kababayans who oppose divorce, 55% will not vote for a candidate in the coming elections who will endorse divorce. So this is a political issue then for our kababayans. So,
Pero yung previous survey nyo, you had a survey already on divorce eh.
Yes,
Ano
yes.
yung mga main points nun for opposing? Religious belief lang ba or something else?
Ami, I don't have the data. I don't have the analysis yet. But I think, I think it has to do with religious as well as cultural influences. No, so I'll try to get the data for you on that. But as of now, based on what we have, there is these numbers are changing, and as people get more and more aware of the issues, they are able to shape an opinion on the issue, especially divorce. Right now, it's 57% and 39%. 57% opposed to it and 39% supporting.
Sir, I get what you mean, that importante yung context yung the strength of the feelings or the hardness of the support for those who are for divorce versus what appears to be the more mellow opposition to against divorce. Pero kasi I suppose the numbers can also look counterintuitive to some people eh. Kasi at least on the surface if you look at on the surface, but ang laki ng binaba ng ang laki ng tinaas ng anti-divorce. I think from 51, di ba? Naging 57.
Yeah.
That's 6 percentage points. versus yung binaba, although malit lang, margin of error, ng 2 percentage points ng pro-divorce from 41 to 39. Tapos yung undecided, lumiit from 9, naging 4, that's 5 percentage points. So mukhang napunta yung most of the undecided doon sa anti-divorce. I like to ask lang, kasi for example, sabi mo nga, 55% of those 57 will not vote for a candidate who is pro-divorce.
Yes.
So any politician, any congressman who will look at the numbers and try to decide whether he will vote for divorce or not, might look at it that way, na parang, naku, delikado ako dito kung boboto ako ng pro-divorce. Kasi, number one, tumaas yung bilang ng anti-divorce. Number two, karamihan sa kanila, hindi boboto sa akin.
Dagdag sa tanong ni Ed, Prof. Ano ang pagkakasabi nyo kanina, Prof? Pagkakasabi nyo kanina, ang mas solid ay yung yung mga pro-divorce, no? At yung mga anti-divorce ay relatively soft. Ibig sabihin, pwede pa yan mag-swing, no? Yung mga pro-divorce ay medyo may pagka-solid. Hindi ganun kadaling magbago. Yung
Mas hard
57 ay pwedeng magbago. So, in terms of elections, ay hindi necessarily lamang yung anti-divorce.
Well, kaya nga, when I prefaced my presentation, it was really to say that different sides will see meaning to this data differently.
I get you, sir.
Those who are against divorce will probably be very happy with the result. Those who are against who are pro-divorce will probably say, okay, these numbers are decreasing, but very slightly. But they're stable, no? One could look at it positively na, okay, this is part of a movement that's going to further evolve and with greater numbers of supporters as people become more and more aware. Especially given the fact that the pro-divorce constituency support are very clear why they're supporting the legalization of divorce. When you look at it, when you disaggregate the data. The initial impression, Ronald, is, yes, there's a possibility still of these numbers changing and that those in the pro-divorce growing. But right now, it's consistent with our data last year, which basically says that the pro-divorce constituency is still a majority as far as our country is concerned. But it's not a very great number. It's a number that can be, in a sense, the pro-divorce constituency can still catch up. And these numbers will change over time as people become more and more aware of the issue.
Very interesting kung magkaroon uli kayo ng survey na covered na yung statements ni Robin Hood Padilla sa Senate. No? Baka magkaroon ng dramatic change. No?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So this is basically our own. This is just the second time we've started to measure this particular issue. Last time we came out with a report on POGOs, and there was more, unanimity, and consensus on that. Here, it's becoming more and more. What you call this? There's a growing support now for, in our view, pro-divorce. So, given the long view, the last 5-10 years, where you had only a small constituency supporting the pro-divorce position.
Professor, yung previous survey nyo on divorce, meron bang gender component doon?
Yes, ma'am. I just don't have the numbers now. But I'll get back to you on that. That's a very good question. Actually, that's something we should provide also. But I just don't have the data at the moment. What we do know is that there's, for example, in certain issues like voting for a candidate who supports divorce, more of our kababayans in the National Capital Region and Visayas are open to supporting a candidate who is pro-divorce. So in Visayas, it's 50%. In the National Capital Region, divorce on the whole, when you look at the probes, is still quite popular. And 44% will vote for a candidate. who supports legalization of divorce. So these are interesting elements of the probe. They will obviously be studied by different groups, okay, and they will have their positions on the issue. But our kababayans in the National Capital Region and Visayas have, in a sense, are more leaning towards pro-divorce than anti-divorce.
Interesting yung magiging data nyo para i-disaggregate yung survey, Prof. Kaya sana kung makuha nyo na, paki-share naman.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. On a different note, Prof, bago tayo magtapos, nabanggit nyo dati na magkakaroon kayo ng survey para sa presidential preference soon. So, ano yan? How soon? Next month? Next week?
Talagang hindi pinakawalan.
Next week lalabas.
Next week. Sabi ko sa'yo.
Ayan, so, sorry, ang daming reports na kailangan ilabas. So we finished the reports that need to be released to clients in the first 2 weeks. No? But we're releasing the public information for public service information of OCTA, and this is one of them. So on the issue of divorce, we provided. On the issue of POGO, we provided already some data, and then next week we promise to provide a glimpse of a match up between the two possible contenders in 2028, which is still very far away. Just for the information of the public, we have some data coming out on the West Philippine Sea also, and so we'll release all of that. Including our trust and approval ratings of the President, the Vice President, the Speaker of the House, and the Senate President next week. Yeah.
Mukhang so weekly yung...
Makaawayin uli kayo, Professor, ng VP, ha?
Lagi kami naaway naman eh. So, we get shot as the messenger. We're just the messengers, and you often get shot. No? But again, data coming from our kababayans, and hopefully this can be insightful for those who are interested to find out how our country thinks on a range of issues.
Mukhang weekly yung striptease nyo, Professor. Yan ang gusto ni Ed.
It's unintended, but we release it weekly. Yeah, there's still quite a number of probes. We're coming out with our hunger and poverty data, which I'm going to say, increased during the last quarter. And we will also look at joblessness. So we're going to release all of that in time once we firm up the reports.
So na-factory
At
nyo na dyan,
itutuloy
Prof.
nyo pa rin yung mga pro-Duterte, pro-Marcos.
Yeah.
Itutuloy nyo pa rin yan.
We got a lot of flack for that. That was a commission survey, as you know. Now, in the second quarter, we just, because Ami and Ronald suggested we should just continue studying it.
Naisip pa kayo.
We released it. And the reaction has been, very significant, no? And, it's interesting, no? I think we can improve on the probe, and we're really asking more questions in support of the, like you guys are asking, that the independence, what constitutes the independent group, no, or constituents we actually support. So in the third quarter, we're going to ask that question now. So if you're independent, what does it mean to be independent? Who are you supporting, or what group are you supporting? So we'll try to get an idea what are kababayans who are numerous, no, at 42% and 44%, no, who categorize themselves as politically independent, no, and supporting, what movements are they supporting? We'll find out. The September, we're going to run one in our third quarter in August. August, and we'll release it in mid-September, just before the filing of candidacy, and hopefully to get our kababayans about the issues, no.
Ito kasing editor ng Philippine Star, ang daming tanong, hindi naman nagbabayad, no?
Hindi, public service naman yan, kaya okay lang. So, in fact, the questions that you all suggested, and Ronald has fibered quite a number, will be actually useful in improving some of our probes. So I remember these are public service, so they're non-commissioned.
Yes, sir.
And as a non-profit organization, we're also non-partisan. We just make sure that everybody gets a copy of our survey results, no? And we do this quarterly.
Yes, sir.
Hindi,
Sir,
sabi ni BP, partisan daw kayo eh.
Partisan for the truth, no? Truth-telling and
Bias
truth
ba kayo? Bias?
No, yeah.
Sir, I know
Yeah,
you
but it's funny, the reactions were so varied, no? And we didn't we didn't hear the end of it, no? Until this week we're getting texts from different groups. But maybe that's also good, no? That people are asking these questions and reacting.
Sir, yes, sir. Sir, I know you cannot release any numbers yet. Next week pa nga naman. Pero sa tingin niyo ba, from looking at your numbers, mukha bang awayan kayo ulit?
Aawayin kami sigurado, kaya nga we're
Okay.
that's why we haven't
Okay,
released
let me
it.
do that.
Aawahin kasi
Asking
sigurado.
everyone, kasi
Okay, alam na namin.
I will leave it to that. Sige.
Aawahin kami on both sides, no? So that's why we're asking.
Sir, understood naman awayan kayo na both sides, pero sino mas aaway sa inyo?
Yun nga, well, one thing's for sure, we don't know the magnitude, no? Pero the thing is definitely, on both sides, people will be complaining.
Hindi, pero alam ko kasi yung isa hindi mga away.
Ayan na, alam na natin.
yung isa mga away. Yung isa ayaw nga siyang isama eh.
Yeah, I know. Life is hard, no? But the thing is,
Life is hard.
the important thing is at least
Ang
we
tawag dyan,
understand,
sineset up
we
natin si
understand.
Prof.
But we understand in OCTA that I think the information is useful, and you know, we can cross-validate this with all the other survey companies. I think we're seeing the same thing.
Yeah.
But you know, OCTA, you know, everybody can hope, no, that OCTA will continue to be non-partisan, and you know, and will provide the information accessible to all. So that's all. That's all
Yes,
we
sir.
can do
Okay, sir.
the public.
We shall get in touch with you on Monday again.
Salamat, Prof. Sana isama niyo yung 21 peso per meal doon sa inyong public survey.
Yung 64
Yeah,
pesos.
actually, we have that. We have some data on that, and how much Filipinos actually need to actually categorize themselves as non-poor.
Oh, yeah, that'd be good.
It's moved up from 15,000 to almost 20,000 now. So you know, this is really, you know, and the additional income required, no, for many Filipinos is between 5 to 10,000 pesos. If they had an additional 5 to 10,000 pesos, they'd be happier. So this is important also. So next week we'll release all of that.
Yes, sir. Kasi yung official food threshold is at 9,000 plus. The official poverty threshold is at 12,000 plus. Ganun pa rin kababa ngayon eh. Anyway, sir,
Yeah.
I'll leave it at that muna. Intay namin yung mga numbers niyo at Monday na Monday, tatawagan namin ulit.
Salamat, Prof.
Salamat sa inyo.
Thank
Thank
you,
you
sir.
for sharing our data to the public. Thank you po.
Thank you, sir.